Right, so
We are finally back. It has been a while, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Bullseye Banter podcast. I am your host, Rockin' Robbie Collins. Joining me as one half of the other members of this podcast as Ruthless Reagan Stevenson. Reagan, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Robbie. Yeah, I'm just so looking forward to the Winter Gardens in Blackpool for a big match play of darts. So it's going to be great, Robbie. Aye.
Aye, I've been trying to convince myself if I should try and go down to Blackpool for a few days, but I don't think we'll be going this year. Joining us maybe during this episode at some point will be Ice Cold Owen Cochran. I don't know where he is. I heard he's trying to wind up some dart player. I heard he's trying to have a go at Stephen Bunton for his incredible singing. I don't know if you've seen that clip, Reagan. Have you seen that for the
Aye.
event?
Oh,
I think Steve should probably stick to fligging the darts, to be honest with you.
aye.
But before we get into the sort of talking about the match play that's coming up, obviously we missed the World Cup of darts that happened, and the first thing I want to obviously touch on is Team Scotland because I don't know about you, Reagan, but I was pleasantly surprised with how Gary Anderson and Cameron Menzies played as a team. I thought they worked quite well together. I thought Menzies kept himself composed throughout the tournament, and I thought they actually probably could have made it further had they kept up that same standard earlier rounds.
Aye, especially against the Irish as well. I mean, they blew them totally away. I think they're probably a good pair because of Anderson's scoring power. And obviously, Menzies is still kind of young in the game, but I totally imagine that being alongside somebody like Anderson who's been there and done it can only help you, Robbie.
Aye. Oh, I mean, look, if I'm picking one teammate to play darts with, it's probably going to be Gary Anderson every day of the week, to be fair. He's just incredible. We don't need to tell you who won it. That's no important. No, I will tell you it was England that finally won it. They wrote the wrongs, Reagan. The 2025 World Cup of darts when they get eliminated very early in the tournament. But look, Little and Humphries just when they go to the final, they looked unstoppable.
Aye, I think that kind of right and wrong from last year certainly proved a big point, Robbie, because I was sort of worried about them because I did think the kind of two egos kind of matching up. Are they are going to be a proper partnership? But fair play to them, they did win the tournament. But I was sort of disappointed in Holland in the final.
I in Holland, who before that actually had a pretty good tournament. I thought they were linking up well with each other. To be honest with you, I thought they were playing some good stuff. Obviously, G and Van Veen still got a long way to go in terms of developing in darts and getting himself to the full potential. Because I mean, look, he does play some good stuff. I think he showed that in the Premier League earlier in the year, but you still just feel there's that bit of probably raw talent that he just needs to improve a wee bit before he's actually up there.
I mean, you should just sometimes you can do like a sort of 140, then you can do a kind of straight 45. You know what I mean? So he's sort of one of these players where you sort of watch them, but then you know how you're watching like Michael, uh, uh, obviously MVG, like he can go 140, 140. So Van Veen's kind of like he goes kind of 140 and then 45, and then you're kind of looking going, no, it's not very up to the standard, but hopefully next year he can sort of rise to the occasion.
Aye, and one team that actually again pleasantly surprised me, obviously lost out in the last like decider to England, Wales by Johnny Clayton and Nick Kenny. I didn't know
I think
quite how.
Kenny played really well.
Aye, better than I thought he was going to be honest. I thought a lot of the tournament was going to be Johnny Clayton having to maybe carry him through some of the games and try and help him through. But Nick Kenny, I think if Price isn't to go back into the World Cup of Darts team, which I'm assuming they probably will next year, but if he isn't, then I don't think Nick Kenny's a bad replacement for him, to be honest.
No, I thought he handled himself pretty well. I didn't think he took himself too seriously either. And I felt like Johnny Clayton sort of, especially in the earlier kind of rounds, I thought Johnny Nick Kenny sort of did well in terms of his sort of scoring power as well, Robbie.
Aye, no, 100%. You obviously look at the semi-final lineup. The only other team we've not talked about yet, Northern Ireland, the tournament winners last year. again, Reagan, that people might have been thinking, well, I was certainly thinking, to be fair, was that just a one-off? Was it a good Darton story? But I think Gurney and Rock showed that they probably do have a couple more of these World Cup runs left in them.
Aye, I think the only problem for Daryl Gurney is he always looks as if he's drunk. Robbie, I think he just always looks as if he's half covered before he even takes the the dartboard. But I think maybe that's a sort of relaxation thing for him. But I think Josh Rock's playing really well at the moment, and especially for somebody like him, because that kind of done him well to give him the Premier League as well to win that. You know what I mean? It kind of made him feel as if he sort of belonged at the top table.
Aye, 100%. Rock's got a big future ahead of him, I think. I think always people, I think he was the so-called Luke Littler before Luke Littler, if you get me. Sort of had that
Mhm.
talent that we thought he was going to reach, and I still think he could. I was really impressed with Spain in the World Cup of Darts, and if you go back to 3 months ago when the last episode of this podcast was out, we actually spoke about Krzysztof Ratajski and how well he was getting on. We're going to talk about the Player Championships and obviously who won that and who was runners up, but Spain again, they pushed England all the way. They really made England work the hardest to try and get through.
Aye, Spain are a good team, Robbie. Like you said, Crystal Reyes has been a player that's been about the bottom for a long time, and I think he's shown his quality now that he's sort of playing regularly on the PDC Tour again.
Aye, no, 100%. Just looking back through the tournament and looking at some of the standout knockout games, I mean, my eye instantly swings to Scotland 8, Norway 0. I mean, we spoke about the Scotland team earlier, Reagan. That was an absolute dismantling at Norway.
Aye, and fair, 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 fair play to Menzies, Robbie, because Menzies kind of stepped up and showed that he sort of deserved to be there because, but I was sort of questioning does Menzies belong on that stage, but fair play to him, he's shown that he can step up there if he can sort of manage his expectations and manage his nerves as well.
Aye, and one player that will be playing in a local league tonight, as of the recording, he is finally here. I don't know where he's been, but he's showing up at his ice cold Owen Cochrane. Owen, how we doing?
How you doing, sir?
Woo!
Finally here,
Come
how
on.
we doing?
Not bad, how we doing, lads?
Aye,
Not
no
bad,
bad
how
at all.
you?
Buzzing.
I can see the nice dartboard behind you, getting ready for the night action.
I'm
Local
shitting
league.
myself.
Nah, you're gonna smash it, Tabba Group, I'm telling you.
They're going to be
I
good.
know. Literally, I'll get the 3 boss players in the team. It's alright. Then I'll make myself through to the semis.
We'll need to come along one time and we'll actually properly
Oh,
film both our
definitely.
games.
Aye. Nah.
I'm going to go along as well.
You can record
them
when
on.
I'm playing.
Aye,
If
we'll
he's-
boo you.
Aye, exactly. I'll put the muffin with Gavin Price. Both get that.
against against Clemens.
Aye, Gabriel
Like
Clemens.
Clemens.
Aye, but Owen, we were talking about the World Cup of Darts before we get into the sort of more recent stuff. Obviously, England brought it home, to use
Yep.
football terms. But we were talking about other teams that surprised us right there. We were talking about Scotland and specifically the Scotland 8 Norway 0 match, where I think Menzies and Anderson really showed what a good team they could end up being. Of course, Gary Anderson's probably got less years in him now in darts and how long he'll be playing for, but I think for the future anyway, Menzies showed that he is capable of stepping up on the big stage.
Aye, he did, actually. I remember seeing some of the Norway action as well, and he was hitting good scores, like good doubles and that as well. Under a lot of darts under pressure a wee bit. I know it was obviously they were playing comfort, but like and all that, but like he still need to hit the doubles, and he done that well. And obviously, it's going to take a lot to beat an England side like that with Humphries and Littler because they're just incredible. The two of them. But he definitely showed what he's made of, and it'll be a good Scotland team for the future because wonder who it'll be because obviously if when Anderson and Wright eventually retire from darts, then who's it going to be? Menzies and who else? Like who's going to
Big
step
suits. Big suits. Reagan's pal. Alan Suter, get him in the
The big
Scotland.
fireman's going to step up and do it.
Aye.
Reagan, I'll sort of fling that question to you because it is an interesting one. I don't think Peter Wright's going to be back in the Scotland team because he just can't find any form of consistency at all. Who do you think will be after Anderson and Wright?
Maybe Mitchell. Is it Mitchell Laurie?
Yeah.
Mitchell Laurie. He seems to be playing well on that DWF tour, Robbie. So he seems to be doing really well against sort of players double his age. So he seems to be the kind of guy for me.
Mitchell Laurie and Cameron Menzies is Owen and yours worst nightmare, considering the badge that Owen's got up his wall. What an absolute dream team for the opposite of Celtic fans. But one other team to touch on in the World Cup that not a lot of people have spoke about, they kind of went under the radar. Latvia, they pushed Northern Ireland all the way to the last leg decider. Northern Ireland obviously got out of the line, but Latvia I thought had a good tournament. They obviously beat France in the second round, then unfortunately lost to Northern Ireland. But I was impressed with watching Latvia.
Absolutely, actually, I thought they were very good. Actually, they played very well. Obviously, it wasn't the Norway that we expected. No, Norway, sorry, Northern Ireland, sorry. That we expected against Latvia, because obviously people, when you see that team of Darrell Gurney and Josh Rock, you just expect Northern Ireland to just win it very comfortably, but Latvia showed what they're made of. You know, that way, Vadas Razman, I thought his partner played very well. I thought he was hitting so massive good scores in that, and he played well under the bid on the bid stage and that. But Latvia's what I look at for in the future. I'll tell you that.
Aye, well, to be fair, Rasma is he getting on a bit? I don't know. I couldn't tell you Rasma's exact age, but he seems an older type.
I think he's done like 30.
Should we check? Let's check. Matters Rasma.
42. Why not?
Any guesses before I tell you, Reagan?
39.
Oh, close, 37.
Oh,
so he's actually not that bad. But I wanted to touch on one team that actually didn't get out of the group, and I felt pretty disappointed with. I was excited to watch Australia, who obviously had won it a few years ago with Hayton Whitlock. Whitlock's obviously no longer in PDC. He's not going to be playing any of these events. So it was Adam Leake that stepped in, and Australia didn't really do much, to be honest.
No, and I think in terms of Australia, I mean, I remember Australia with David Heta and Simon Whitlock. They were supposed to be right with. So I think the first thing that David Heta needs to do is sort out that moustache, Robbie. But I think Australia, I've got the players there to do it. Remember years ago, they had a guy, is it Corey? Remember Corey? What's his name again? Is it Corey Canby?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Remember Corey Canby? The sort of young guy, remember he beat Phil Taylor years ago? But he's.
Oh, I know you're. Aye. I know you're talking about.
I mean, so Australia, I've got players there, Robbie, but like you say, I've been disappointed with them. Maybe somebody like Simon Whitlock's son, maybe step in a few years, Robbie, and try.
Mason.
Aye.
I like to see Mason step into the team if he wants to come on the podcast as well. He's more than welcome. We would like to have him on. I know he didn't know me, so he obviously doesn't like me. But no, congratulations to England on the World Cup of Darts win. I hope it doesn't happen again. It probably will happen for the next 5 years because Littler and Humphreys are just too good at darts in their own rights. But we move on to sort of this week in darts. We start off on Monday with the Players' Championship 23. I think that event was the first time before we get into the winner. Joe Cullen hit a 9-darter. I didn't know this because I was working at the time. Owen sent it to me. I watched the clip, and the wee rockstar lads, he's finding his feet again. It's one of them where Reagan it's only a good thing for Joe. It gets the confidence up a wee bit. He struggled a lot in the last year. I think he's admitted that in a few interviews that it's not been his greatest year in terms of consistency. But you know, a 9-darter can't hurt you, can it?
No, I mean, Joe's always one of these guys, Robbie, that's got the talent. He's just been trying to do it, game after game and try and do it all the time, because that's what these players always do. And let's if you look at people like Lennon on that. See, even though he plays great every game, not every game he plays really well. And I think that's the point for Joe as well. Sometimes you're not going to play your best, but it's about getting through as well. But for Joe Cullen to get 9 is absolutely incredible again.
Aye, and I was just about celebrating off my work seat when I watched the video and seen that he'd hit the 9. You know me, you know how much I love Joe, you know how much I want him to do well. It's been a brutal 2 years really for Joe Cullen, but hopefully that's the sign of him maybe starting to get back on track with darts. And we're going to the match play draw later. It'd be good if Joe could go far in that tournament as well.
Hopefully, actually, I love Joe Cullen. He's one of my favourite, obviously as well. Literally, but literally, 9 data, literally you can't beat it. Brilliant. But obviously, I would say he's getting beat off a guy that shouldn't be getting beat off again. Obviously, in the same game. But hopefully, he can get back to his form that he used to be. And maybe kick on, get a good run in the match play and all that, and get up the rankings a wee bit as well.
If he wins the match play, I'll be on here doing a live Oasis cover. I don't look back in anger for you guys. But you speak about the winner of that event, and it was a Scotsman, Reagan. It was Cameron Menzies that picked up his second, I believe, win in the Player Championships, beating Reyes. Actually, we were talking about him earlier, 8-5 in the final. Menzies again, showing up well. A nice wee win to get under his belt after the World Cup of Darts.
I think we all know, Robbie, that Menzies, he's definitely got talent. It's all about trying to do it time after time and also keeping his emotions in check. Because I think Menzies is a quality player, but like we've seen last year and so many times, it's about trying to make sure that he doesn't get too emotional or doesn't get too uptight on big shots, because that can only do well for someone that's playing Menzies as well. Because if you see somebody that's stressed out and sweating and stuff like that can only make you feel better. Do you know what I mean? So, fair play to Menzies for winning that. Yeah.
Aye, Owen obviously Reyes made the final as well, lost, but another Scotsman to make the semi-final, David Sharp. No heard too much about David, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you his backstory. I couldn't tell you too much about him, but he knocked out some pretty good opponents. He knocked out Sykes in the round before. He knocked out Plazier, the Dutchman. He knocked out Sadlek, the Czech darts player. He knocked out Luke Woodhouse and Jarrell Hunt as well. He's beat a good few calibre players there. Got yourself to a semi-final. He's ranked number 102 in the world. We're speaking about dart players that could potentially be one to look at for in the future for the World Cup of Darts team. I mean, I don't know too much about him on, but he's got himself to a final, semi-final, so it must be decent.
Oh, it must be. Actually, if he's getting somewhere, actually, it must be. But as you said, obviously about Cammy as well. Actually, so happy for him to get obviously that over the line. Actually, he kept his emotion intact for the full thing. Didn't let himself get frustrated to himself, and all that. And he showed what he's made of as well. Obviously, Reyes as well. Actually, making a final again. Actually, obviously, not long ago, I'm pretty sure he hit a 9 data on Euro Tour, as well. And then Reyes obviously coming back from obviously a lot of issues he had and all that, and he's back firing again. Literally, I'm happy to see that. So, but that guy made the semis. Literally, hopefully he can keep going. Literally, just keep doing it.
100%. We should update you, by the way, because that is a European tour currently happening as we are recording this. It is Euro Tour 10. Results from earlier: Ryan Joyce beat Varela, the Finnish player, 6-1. Sadlek, who we've literally just spoke about, beat Rhys Griffin 6-5. Hobart beat Van den Bogarde, the Belgian player, 6-2. Right now, we currently have Andrew Gilden versus Owen. Owen, well done. You've made it against Big Gilden. That match is currently 2 each, so we will keep you updated with that. Also, we do have Cameron Menzies playing next. We've got a few big players. Dirk van Dijvenbode plays later. Kim Hybrex plays later. You've got Daryl Gurney, Rob Cross, Joe Cullen, Kevin Dotes.
like
a good
him.
few matches. Aye, 100%. Also, I should say in the Modus Super Series, we do have Devin Peterson, the South African darts player, playing at various points throughout the days. Already played one game against Marcroft. He did lose it 4-3. But it will be back later tonight to hopefully try and rectify that wrong. I actually quite like watching the Modus. It's a good thing that you can watch it for free on your telly as well. If you ever need to, do any of you guys keep up to date with the Modus stuff? Or
I know, see when you told me that was on that Portal TV. I just downloaded it on my telly, so it's been good.
I do watch much of the Modus stuff.
I mainly just get notifications when I go on Instagram and all that. I follow it on Instagram and all that, and I just keep seeing like people hitting match darts or winning darts or hitting good checkouts and that. So I keep out at some points as well, but not as much as I like to, you know that.
Hopefully the Modus invite us for the next influencer series and we can get ourselves done there. Hopefully winning a tournament. You go into the second Players' Championship, there's no too much to report on here, big time. What I would say is Gabriel Clements picks up the win in this Players' Championship, beating Luke Woodhouse 8-6 in the final. Gabriel Clements, so, and it's a name I've no heard in a wee while, but he's popped up with a nice wee Player Championship win.
Oh, definitely. He's not been about for a while. Actually, he's not made stuff because obviously he's kind of dipped a wee bit in his form and all that. But to get a wee comments booster up, to win my pro tour, which is very good, and especially to win it especially to win it with a 170 as well. Like, that must be get the feeling right up for it. Honestly, if I'd done that tonight, I'd run about the room, but but actually, but fair play, Gabriel. Actually done so well actually in the full tournament, so hopefully he can kick on from there.
Aye, Reagan Luke Woodhouse making the final. Luke's a tidy player actually. I quite enjoy watching
Aye,
Woodhouse
very
when he's
good,
on the
man.
telly. And a good confidence for him as well making the final.
I mean, Luke's been a player that's done really well at the World Championship as well, Robbie, this year. And I think he's a player that can really take his sort of next step in darts and do what kind of Joe's been doing and getting to like semi-finals and possibly Premier Leagues if he kind of maybe makes it through a TV tournament. So I think he's someone that see if he gets through a big TV tournament to like a quarter or a sort of semi-final. I don't think he would be sort of nervous or overawed. Robbie, I think he could actually go pretty far.
Aye, he's definitely got a lot of composure. Somebody else that's got a lot of composure before we move into the World Match Play. We did have a darts event on at BST Hyde Park. Out in the open, the players were obviously mic'd up. Emma Payton pinned tops to take a leg against Nathan Aspinall and Bazinga. Payton obviously teamed up with Luke Humphries in this event. What a tops hit on, mate. What a tops hit. We speak about players replacing people in the World Cup of Darts team. Emma Payton for the England squad, anybody?
Aye, actually, honestly, I mean, needs to watching maybe the first start that just went a wee bit too high and all that.
Well, we don't speak about the
Actually, first start went just a wee bit too high, but actually, people will say that's a marker for everyone. Which actually, good marker for ourselves, and so actually, but what a darts man, literally, and then obviously the way they were. Obviously, I love how everyone just hugging each other and that when you pin stops and that, and they're just everyone's loving it. But nah, fair play, yeah, actually.
Reagan, I mentioned it earlier. Stephen Bunton tried to sing his best, no singing very well, but he did a cup-eared 180. Obviously, Russ Bray was on duty as well to shout out the 180. It was a nice wee event for the fans.
I mean, Russ Bray's been a referee that I've enjoyed listening to for many years, and obviously to play at a sort of stage like that was great, Robbie. And obviously, it was good to see him do very well as well because she's obviously took over the role of Sky Sports for many years now, and it's good to see her actually play some darts as well.
Aye, Emma Payton versus the Bullseye Banter lineup. Let's see who would come out on top in a few games of 501. But no, it is really good events. But lads, we've sort of beat around it for long enough. Let's get into it. The ball match play, the Winter Gardens, Blackpool, where everybody wants to be. We can show you the draw. I did manage to actually get it working finally. So this is the draw for the Betfred Ball match play. Reagan, we'll come to you first. Any lineup, any game that really stands out to you here?
Look, and Nico Springer. Nico's for people that don't really know Nico Springer's a great player, German player who's playing really well on the European tour, Robbie. And I think he's just somebody that's going to go strength to strength, and he's someone that could genuinely put Luke Little out in the very first round.
I like it. That was like me with the Premier League. I kept saying, look, I wasn't going to get in the top four, and then he get in the top four. So, aye, that was fun. But Owen, what about you? Any particular draw that excites you? Anyone that makes you're excited to watch? Is what you think?
When I watched the draw on YouTube yesterday, I was actually quite intrigued when I seen Van Veen and Ratajski came out, because I think they're just actually, I don't know why, but Van Veen's always a good 180 hitter, and Ratajski's very good. Like, see when he goes in his German 19 and that, he's so good at German 19 and that, and I can see that going either way. Actually, I can see that going to well, all the way, like 13-12 win for somebody. Just the way
The
it's going,
field of
that's it.
players has gone to Blackpool, and you've ripped out Krzysztof Ratajski. Is the
I
one
know,
you're
actually.
excited to watch.
I don't know why, but I like Ratajski. I love him. Literally the way, well, that's one thing is.
They're going to be too drunk by the time he gets on the stage and flings his stuff.
Nah, but literally, Ratajski's a good one as well, and he's very good at double 16 when he gets onto it. So I generally feel like he can actually beat Van Veen here.
All right, fair enough. My upset, the match I'm looking forward to is the world number 2, Luke Humphries, goes head to head with Cameron Menzies, obviously the Scotsman. A wee Scotland v England matchup. I think that's going to be a shocker. I think Cameron Menzies is going to surprise a lot of people. I think it could end up being Cameron Menzies to beat Luke Humphries, to be honest with you, in the first round. Surprise. A lot of people at the world match play. I don't think a lot of people will like that, to be honest with you, but I do think Menzies has got what it take. I quite like to look at a few other games, to be honest with you. You sort of got him down the field. Of course, we spoke about Cullen already. He goes head to head with Nathan Aspinall, obviously one of his good mates, Joe Cullen. So we'll be looking forward to watching that one. James Wade takes to the Blackpool stages. He takes on Jermaine Watamina. I think that'll be a very, very interesting game. But lads, I need to get your predictions for this tournament, because why not? So we're going to have a few categories. Obviously, one's going to be the winner. We're going to do the underdog. So who do you think is going to have a good run that maybe people wouldn't expect? Then we're going to have who's going to hit the most 180s in the tournament. That's a nice wee fun one to end it. So we'll start with you, Reagan. Who is your winner for the world match play?
I'm going to go Johnny Clayton.
Yes, a man with my heart, Big Clayton the Ferret. You know what? I think world match play win for Johnny wouldn't be the most unrealistic thing in the world. Of course, you're looking at his draw. If I can locate where he is, he plays Damon Hayter in the first round of Aussie, who will probably be feeling a bit low in confidence, to be honest with you. It's not really been a good year for Damon Hayter overall, but aye, that's a pretty good pick, actually. I don't mind that. Owen, what about you? Who's your winner for the Winter Gardens?
Oh, this is tough, actually, because I could literally just go. I could go literally. I could go the easy option, or I can go the hard option here.
Well,
Literally,
just who do you think's going to win?
there's names here. Literally, you can be bold and just say Littler all the time, but that's just bold. I'm actually going to go with somebody that is actually improved over the last few months, and he's playing so well right now. I'm going to go Wesley Nigel.
What? It's like a
That's
shout.
an interesting pick. Aye, a very good shout, actually. I like that for you. And you've
I'm
not
going
went
Wesley
to
Nigel.
Have we got
who
his draw
Robbie.
yet, Robbie? Do we know who
We
you
do have his draw to fucking locate. Him
Dave's just in the
himself.
first
Nigel
round.
plays Dave. Big Dave, by the way. Chisnell to win 6-0. I don't even know what his first 10 in the first round, but
First to 10.
first to 10, 10-0. Big Chizzy, mate, I'm telling you.
I'll stop watching it.
I do like David Chisnell, to be fair.
don't.
I agree with you. I think I know that you've got this hatred towards Dave Chisnell for some reason that I've never understood. I like wee Chizzy.
I think he's just very, very bad on doubles. Very bad
Aye.
on doubles.
I always say this to people, like, he walks up to the board like he's actually shot himself, I'm telling you.
I think he was great at scoring, but I just think he just I sort of agree with Owen. I think he just sort of very negative when he sort of tries for that double.
Aye. My pick to win the tournament. I'm also going somebody a bit out there, somebody that I think should have been in the Premier League. I'm going to go James Wade to win the match
I
play,
like
but I
it.
think he gets the big
I
TV
like
win.
it.
And I think, I think it's Wade's time. Wade obviously got a pretty difficult tie against Watermina, who I think could be a good player. I back Wade.
Robbie, to be honest with you, I think Jermaine Watermina beats him.
So yeah.
Don't say that. Right, enough. The Perry. All right. James Wade is going through and win the whole tournament. I'm telling you the now. I should just preface this by saying we're no experts with these predictions. All three of the players could get knocked out in the first round. Who knows? But next category, the underdog. Who's a player maybe on the right hand side of the bracket who you think is going to go far? Reagan, we'll start with you first.
I think a player that could go far is Danny Noppert. For me, Robbie.
Noppert. I like it. Danny Noppert is one of the players that, again, he has some good tournaments, but it's just, I think he's one of these players that just doesn't find consistency enough in his darts, and that's probably what holds him back a lot. I mean, he's got a tough game in the first round, Reagan, mind you. He's playing hot Rob Cross in the first round, so it's not the easiest starts, but I definitely agree with you. I think you could see him going far. Owen, what about you? Who's your underdog?
Kevin Dutz.
Kevin Dotes. I like it. Why have you picked him?
I feel like I like what is the moment that he can at 180s for fun, honestly, when he's on his game. Literally, one of the Euro tours, I just remember him hitting about 10 180s in a match, and literally it was only first to six as well, and I'm like, what? But no, literally, I think Dutz can go so far in this. Ross Smith is a wee bit shaky sometimes. He's a wee bit off the boil a wee bit because he doesn't. He's not getting really a lot of form now, and all that. I just don't see like I just can't. But if Kevin Dutz on his game, he's 180s there. Then also love how just fast he goes. Like he just wins a dart one after the other, just so quickly, and that works
No,
for
it's
him.
like watching Ricky Evans, isn't it?
I know.
Or
Honestly,
watching Biggie for Rapid.
I'm sad he's here, no here.
We'll see him at the Worlds, but in his Christmas outfit, no doubt.
I know. Man.
I'm going big from underdog, and I'm going big because you look at the draw and you see who he's playing, and you instantly think that he's not going to make it through. I'm going Andrew Gilden as my underdog. I think Andrew Gilden beats Michael Van Gerwen in round one.
Yeah.
And I think we see Andrew go far. I would love it. I would love a Gilden underdog run. Michael Van Gerwen's obviously not had a big year, and he should start picking up actually, or he could drop outside as big as the top 20.
That's the one that needs to do well.
I know, but he's not doing well because Andrew Gilden's coming out on top. But
no, and he's going to drop the ratings.
Oh, I would love it. Last category, Mace 180s. The tournament. I'll take this one first. I think the Mace 180s is going to be Gary Anderson, the Scotsman. Obviously in the tournament, I think you know what, guys, I watched, I think I was telling you about this on last week during my work when I was trying to cut a bit of time. I was watching Anderson versus Adrian Lewis when they won the back-to-back world champs.
Yeah.
And just Gary's throw, man, it's just so nice to watch. So I'm going Anderson, Mace 180. Reagan, who you got?
I'm going for the world number 2. Luke Humphries.
Boo.
Humphries.
All right, fair enough. I mean, it's a nice pick. And Owen, who you going for?
This is. I don't even know, man. Actually, I don't know. I put that one back up. So I
Aye,
can see
no
both. Miss 180s. Who's that? Gavin Price.
Oh.
Booyah.
Yes.
I
Loves the
like- I
one
like
that gets it going.
Who's it Gelvin's playing? Schindler.
Schindler.
All right.
Oh, please beat him.
Oh, it would be so funny if Martin Schindler finally won on the big stage, man. Honestly, I would love it.
I think Martin Schindler's a cracking player to watch.
Aye, you know what? See, if he could do it on the big stage, man, he'd be a dangerous player. But it's just one of these guys, isn't it?
I just can't watch him, man. He's just boring.
Everybody's boring to you.
And you can watch Krzysztof Ratajski.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Literally, I'd rather Ratajski than Schindler.
Oh no. Oh god. That's a terrible pick going, son. We're clipping that one and putting it on social media by the way. That one's going to the TikTok.
That's me, right? I'll fucking be in.
Oh, that's a really bad one, actually. Come on, son. Pull it together. Right. That's our predictions. Please let us know yours in the comments. We're back here, all your predictions. And we will react to them on next week's show if you gauge them. How long does this tournament last for? Is it only
It's a good few days.
18th to the 26th? Not bad.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up, guys, am I bringing it back? It is Guess the Player. You know how this works. I'm going to read off a bit of the Wikipedia pages.
My favourite.
Please bear in mind this is Wikipedia pages, so if any information's false, you can blame them and not me.
Why is Van Dijk in tennis?
Why not? Needs a break. What should I start off with getting you here? So it's difficult with darts, right? Because there's only so much that you
Ricky
can.
Evans.
It's no rapid Ricky Evans, all right? You can't guess it. At least let me give you a clue. So this person is 42 and they were born in London, England.
Oh.
Who's 42?
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Dave Chisholm.
No Chizzy, but I like the guess.
Well, he's born in St Helens.
Was he?
Is it
I can't believe you know that.
I didn't know.
Any guesses so far, Reagan?
No.
Okay, this player has been playing darts since 2011.
Oh, I think I know who that is. It's
No,
that
it's
guy
just-
that's got that song. Going up, up, up. What's the
I know who you're talking about. It is no that player, I can confirm. Any guesses for you, Owen?
Oh.
For London, England. Who's got a Cockney accent?
Oh, Andrew Gilden.
It is no Andy Gilden, unfortunately. What else can I tell you? This dart player uses 26 gram Cosmo signatures and they are right-handed.
Oh, right, okay.
This is before we start getting into the actual
Yeah.
events and stuff that they've been a part of.
Oh, is he funny? Is he?
No,
His
no.
voice?
It might be Ross Smith, no?
There's no Ross Smith.
He's too young.
Smudger.
Rob Cross?
No Rob Cross. It's no hot.
I think he's got a bit of
Please feel free to come in front of me here. If you have any, I'm just going to start reading off some of the records. Where there have been World Championships, best performances, are quarterfinals in 2020. I should say, and this is a really, really big hint, that was the WDF World Championships.
Stephen Button.
The Do you know what the WDF is, Owen? That's the women's darts. That's so she is WDF ranked 41 in the world.
Fallon Sherrick.
It's no Fallon Sherrick, Queen of the Palace. I will continue on. WDF World Masters last 32 in 2014. WDF World Trophy quarterfinals 2019. Other tournament won.
Lisa Ashton.
It's no Lisa Ashton. She's won the Belgian Open, the British Classic, the Gibraltar Open, the Isle of Man Open, the Italian Grand Masters.
Peter Hedman.
It's no a Slovak Masters.
Bo Greaves.
She walks out. No, it's no Belgrade. She walks out of Titanium by David Guetta, and she is a commentator and pundit for Sky Sports.
Oh, Laura Turner.
It is Laura
Oh
Turner.
my
Well done,
God.
Reagan.
You bother.
Laura Turner, aye.
Laura Turner's had a very decent darts playing career.
Wow.
Of course, if I started off with a commentator and pundit, you probably would have got her straight away, but
I didn't know she walked into Titanium.
What?
neither did I until I've just seen it on
Oh.
the Wikipedia
Oh,
page.
because her and Stephen Button were singing it together. That's
Right, your second player. This player, I'm not going to tell you where he was born because it will give it away. What I can tell you is the hometown is Bradford, England, and they're a Bradford City fan.
Oh, who's that? Oh.
Reagan is away to do some research.
By Bradford. Oh wow. Oh, but that's was in Bradford.
That's the hometown, by the way. That isn't where they were born. Because if I give you where they were born, it gives it away.
Right.
Also, please, if you have any suggestions for players for future episodes, please feel free to give me a message and give me players. Reagan is back for his research. Reagan, did you hear my first clue?
No, sorry, Robbie. Sorry, Robbie, when you go again?
You're alright. First clue, hometown, know where they were born. Hometown is Bradford, England, and they are a Bradford City fan.
No,
Because if I give you where they were born, it's going to give it away. I should say as well, they are 40-year-old.
Oh.
No, I don't know that, Robbie, no.
I guess he's yeah, okay. So they've been playing darts since 2004.
Oh fuck.
No, Bradford
No,
City.
he's not from Bradford. Shut up, on.
Remember, they weren't born in Bradford. They're just hometown.
Well, that's him. Nah, I mean, that's they're not hometown Bradford.
Maybe Ricky Evans.
No re-rapid Ricky Evans, nah. I can continue on. So they use 22 gram short signature darts and they are right-handed.
That Bradford City clues threw me a bit, Robbie.
I don't know if they're a very well-known Bradford City fan, right enough.
No.
Right, should I run into a bit of this dart player's career then? A bit of what they've done. So they've been in the PDC since 2009. You look at some of the premier events, the World Championships have been to the last 16 in 2014, 2019 and 2021. The World Match Play, they've been to the last 32 in 2021. The Grand Prix, the last 16 in 2020. The UK Open have been to the quarterfinals twice in 2015 and 2021. The Grand Slam, they've been to the last 16 in 2020. European Championships, they've made it to the semi-final in 2020. The Player Championship finals have made it to the last 64 and years like 2016, 2019, 2020, 2021. The Masters, they've made the last 24 in 2022. The World Series finals, they've made the last 24 in 2015 and 2022. This player does represent their country on the World Cup of Darts stage when they qualify. The final clues to walk on, I will just say it is going to give it away. So, final guesses for you boys.
Represents his country. There's no. I thought it was somebody for England, but it's no. It's kind of like Humphries. He's for Leeds, you know.
Aye, he's won a few titles.
And he's not been in the last 16 every tournament. I've not got a clue.
Ryan Sill.
No Ryan Sell. Any guesses, Reagan?
Why have I said Ryan Sill? He's got 20. He's got about 30 grand darts.
I'm just gonna go. An English player. Michael Smith.
No Michael Smith. I like the guess though. They were born in Cape Town, South Africa, and the walk-on music is Waka Waka by Shakira.
Devin Peterson.
It is Devin Peterson. We spoke about him earlier today. But obviously, currently playing in the mode is super serious. The Bradford City club really flung his off.
Jeez. Wow.
The Wikipedia page actually has him in a picture with a Bradford tap on as well.
Nah, nice cross.
Your final clue, your final player, sorry, should be easier to get. I'll say that. So, this player was born in Stockport, England, and they are 34 years old.
Aspinall.
It is Nathan Aspinall, and well done. I like that. Well done. That's a brilliant guess. Of course, I would have told you he wouldn't want to use 26-gram darts right-handed. These walk-ons, Mr. Brightside, one of the most iconic. He's won the match play. He's won the UK Open.
I did see that he struggled to remember the words.
He doesn't know the words.
But he was going to be actually on Instagram. Actually, like, I don't know the words. And I'm like, should I walk on something?
Rob Owen, I should keep you updated. Wires a dart at double 12 for the first televised 9 darter that it would have been. He didn't quite hit it, just skimmed it. So it was close.
What did he?
Where was it on?
Wait for in that year or just there?
Yeah, he nearly hit a 9 darter, but he missed a double 12.
Wow. I'm not feeling it.
Who did Robert Owen play in the World Championship again? He played well, didn't he?
I can't remember who it is he played, but I remember watching him.
Callum Woods.
I do like Callum Woods, aye. I should say, by the way, the final scores did come in that darts match. It did finish Andrew Gilden 5, Rob Owen 6, so maybe Goldfinger's not gonna be my underdog for the whole match play after all. Right now, sorry, Reagan.
I'm saying maybe he's taking it easy for the tournament. Maybe he's just playing it off. I'm just gonna lie and play some darts.
Exactly. In the next match we currently have going on, it's just started. Cameron Menzies versus Schmid. Schmid's got 3 darts at a 170, but he's left himself 36. Cameron Menzies should, and he is 1-0 up in that match. So, Reagan, thank you so much for joining me again. It's been a pleasure. Owen, thank you so much for joining us again, even though you were slightly late. We'll let you off. You were flinging some darts, practicing for the local league tonight. We wish you luck for the night. I hope you come away from the local league with a win. We will be back next week during the match play. We'll speak about what's happened so far for what we've watched. Will it be actually? I don't know. It depends what time this episode goes out.
Is it next Thursday?
Another 8 days. It doesn't start for 8 days, so a week tomorrow. So a week on Saturday. So no long to go. So depending on when this comes out, we'll be back either just before it starts or when it's kicked off. But I've been Robbie, that's been Reagan, that's been Owen from the Bullseye Banter podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.